WWE Starrcade took place tonight from Duluth, Georgia, but they wanted to tell you it was in Atlanta because they were embarrassed to be in a city as small as Duluth, but it was in there. And it was a 1 hour show. It's just a special show. I think they should just do a pay-per-view. I don't see why they can't do like a big Starrcade show. Do it in December. Give it a TLC. Like, do a big Starrcade event. I don't see why not. They own all the WWE names. I'd like to see a Starrcade. They could bring back a Great American Bash. They can bring back Halloween Havoc. I want to see that one again. Bash at the Beach. That'd be pretty cool. Some of those stuff. But yeah, so it's the 1 hour show. You start the show off with the Kevin Owens show, and his big guest is Ric Flair, and it's perfect. It's Starrcade, Ric Flair. The two men most synonymous at Starrcade would be Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, and you have Flair out. Owens interviews him, and there's a huge glitch at the start. I guess the fans couldn't hear Flair, and the fans are saying, we can't hear you, so they had to switch mics. Flair's telling stories. He's talking about how proud he is of his daughter, Charlotte. He's talking about how big of a fan he is of Kevin Owens and all the wrestlers here. And he's praising everyone. And I don't know, you don't trust Flair. I'm sure everyone, Vince McMahon, no one really trusts Flair on the mic. But eventually, Kevin Owens tries to get Flair to say a woo, and the fans are wooing, and Flair's about to say it. However, he's interrupted by the OC and no AJ Styles, but you had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson come out. And they mock Flair and they mock Owens. And they get in the ring and Flair exits the ring and they're with the Owens. And of course the Street Profits come out. It sets up a tag match. Street Profits against Gallows and Anderson. Okay matchup. Flair was there for the whole time on the ring. He looks so old. I hate saying it. But man, he doesn't have much time left. But oh man, he looks in rough shape. Anyway, the match went on. It was a TV match. I don't really care about this. Street Profits get the win. In the end, they celebrate with Flair and Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are in the ring, and I think one of them does the strut with Flair, and they do the whole elbow drop on the jacket without the jacket. So Flair giving the rub to the Street Profits. Then we go to Sasha Banks and Bayley backstage. We're talking about their match, and next we have the match. I was looking forward to seeing the most because I fan of almost all the women in the match. I like all of them. You have Charlotte, you have Becky, you have Sasha, you have Bayley. All four of the four horsewomen are in the match. You also have Alexa Bliss making her return. I haven't seen her in a while. Her in-ring return, actually. You have Nikki Cross with her. And, of course, you have the tag team champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane. So, it started off, this is the longest match. You had a lot of tags in which, they would tag your back. So, like, it would be an opposing team would tag you in. So, anyone could tag anyone. This kind of match. So, you'd have that a lot. You had a lot of interactions with some of the women to start. You had Becky in there for a while at the beginning. You had Charlotte, and you had interactions with Charlotte and Asuka, which is great. Those two have really good chemistry, and they were doing well together. Kairi was in there with Becky, which was cool. Saw Asuka and Sasha Banks for a while. You saw Nikki Cross in there with Asuka. You saw Alexa Bliss in there with Bayley. And yes, we even saw Alexa and Sasha in the ring together. It's weird. I saw on Sasha's Instagram story, her and Alexa were posing at some sort of conference. I don't know what it was, but I don't know. Everyone assumes they hate each other, but they were in the ring together for a while. He had Alexa take some bumps, and I swear to God, whenever Alexa takes them, I'm afraid she's gonna die. This girl's done. She's just so tiny. It's insane how small she is. When you look at her, it's like something's gonna happen to her. Anyway, what happens is there's fights and everyone gets thrown out to the outside. So the two main teams became Nikki Cross, who was on her own, and Asuka and Kairi Sane. So everyone else is thrown out, and then you have the whole melee. People come in the ring, they take each other out. Charlotte comes in, she gets out, she gets a move, she gets taken out. Then you have Bayley, you have Becky, you have Sasha. You have Alexa, Kairi, all of them are out until it comes to Asuka and Nikki Cross. They go back and forth. Asuka eventually gets the Asuka lock on Nikki Cross. It looked horrible. The Asuka lock was not in correctly. It looked awful, but she got it, and the Nikki Cross taps out. So Asuka and Kairi Sane retained the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. That was the most anticipated match easily. And it was a pretty fun match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. It was a fun TV match. It could have been on Raw. You didn't need to do this show, to be honest. But this was a fun matchup. And it's fun seeing some of the women. You had almost all the top women in the company in this match. You had both champions here. You had, All the four horsewomen. You had Asuka. You had Lex making her return. So you had a lot of all the top women were in this match. It's kind of cool because you don't see them all interact with each other because you won't see that until the Royal Rumble because they're all separate brands on Raw and SmackDown. So and they came off Survivor Series recently. So I thought this was pretty fun. To be honest, I liked it. Next, we go to the main event, which was going to be Rusev and Bobby Lashley. So Lashley and Lana come out, and Lana announces that they're not going to have the match because of the restraining order or whatever. So there's no Rusev. Massive boos. We're not going to see a last man standing match, which we were promised. I don't want to see Rusev and Lashley wrestle at all, so I'm not too mad. But it's cool. A last man standing match is always fun. You get weapons, you get chairs, you get tables, trash cans, candlesticks, all that stuff. Not tonight. So they don't have it. They declare Lashley the winner. Rusev can't show up. And then KO comes out, and he challenges Lashley, and eventually they have a match. I just don't care. It's a boring matchup. It goes on and on and on. Eventually, it ends with them fighting on the outside. Rusev, the referee's distracted. Rusev makes his big return. He jumps Lashley. He uses a weapon, and it gets KO disqualified. So Lashley technically gets the win by DQ. So KO leaves. And it becomes Rusev and Lashley. They fight. They use kendo sticks and trash cans. So you see the weapons, but Rusev eventually gets the upper hand. Lashley was winning first. So Rusev gets the upper hand. Lashley retreats. Lashley and Lana leave, and Rusev goes into the crowd, and that's the end of Starrcade. So, it was not a very good show at all. I thought, it was a 1 hour show. The women's match was fine. Everything else was just whatever. So, yeah, it was what it was. It was just a show. I just wish they would do more to honor a show like Starrcade. Starrcade in the 90s is the second biggest wrestling event behind WrestleMania. But that shows you Vince's power. He took such a big event. Now it's just a 1 hour special on the WWE Network on a Sunday. So that is what it is. They should do better with Starrcade, to be honest. That has a lot of history, could be done well. I wish they would do more with it.